This is Tracy Murray, and you're watching Byron Scott's Fast Break.
Yes, sir. We're back. Another episode of Byron Scott's Fast Break. Kid J, Coach Byron Scott, and the legend, Tracy Murray, is in the building.
Yes, sir.
Man, thanks for having me, y'all.
Team
Thanks for
Murray.
having me, B.
Team Murray.
Yeah,
Jay?
so we're going to talk about your amazing career. I got to go to the clipboard for this, and this is why I consider you a legend. Stellar high school career at Glendora High School. We'll get into that in a second. Played in the McDonald's All-American Boys game, basketball game. Went to UCLA playing 3 seasons and was part of the Pac-10 All-Conference team. Drafted 18th by the Spurs, but a few days later, you were traded twice in the same day, by the way.
Man.
First to the Bucks.
Nobody won me.
And then to Portland Trailblazers.
Not even the Bucks won me.
Had stops in Houston, Toronto, Washington, Lakers, and overseas. Won a title in 95. Spent some time in the NBA as a coach, including our beloved Lakers, and have found your love now as a basketball analyst for UCLA and ABC. Number one, I've never heard of anybody getting drafted and traded to 3 different teams before even suiting up.
It's the first time for everything.
I mean, what was that like as a rookie? And you left college early.
So, draft day. They told me I was going to be drafted around 10, 11 on to the rest of the mid-round. So, I had my best workout for Houston. No, they picked a pretty doggone good guy, Robert Horry. We already know what his history is. But at the time, I was just coming off. I beat these guys out on the USA team. I was on the USA team, and then they had the Dream Team come in.
Yeah.
So that messed up my Olympic dreams. So that's why I left early. So drafted 18th. I'm walking up. I put the hat on. I sit down. They say, look, we're going to give you a couple of rosters. Don't get comfortable with that hat. I'm like, what?
So what
part of the game is this?
Yeah.
Right.
So I'm here talking about David Robinson and people like that. And I'm like, I'm not going to even be here. So I'm just sitting. Then we go into the back. Afterwards, they take you through all kinds of media stuff. And I'm with a Portland station. They told me to put on a Portland Trailblazer hat and act like I was Dave Johnson because he had just gotten drafted by Portland. It didn't make sense to me until later, until I finally stopped. Now, when that trade happened, it's like, okay, Milwaukee. I'm already looking at the Milwaukee roster.
Right.
All young, I'm like, all bad. Because young team, we're selfish. Everybody's trying to get theirs.
Everybody trying to get theirs.
Right. Then Portland. I'm like, is this the last stop or is it going to keep going? And it ended up being the last stop. And that was that, man. It was a heck of a couple of weeks. Just not knowing where I'm going to be. Felt like nobody wanted me.
That's crazy that somebody has to go through that on draft day.
It's emotional,
draft
bro.
week.
They had draft day. Like I said, they told me I was going to be in that area, right? The 10, 11. I didn't go until 18. So I was the last one in the green room. Doug Christie went right before me to Seattle.
Wow.
So I was like, oh, hell no. I got up and I went and took a walk. I'm like, they done lied to me. I done went and took a walk. So I'm in the back hallway because it was at Memorial Coliseum that year in Portland.
Yeah.
So I'm in the back. And they said the 18th pick, San Antonio Spurs selects Tracy Murray from UCLA. My brother had to say, T, come on, man, they called you. So I'm walking. You see me walking kind of from the back. I wasn't coming from my table. So I come from the back. I'm hugging my brother. So I'm kind of like low-key pissed because I'm the last one back there. I felt lied to. I'm like, all right, everybody passed up on me. I'm gonna let them have it.
Light them up.
I'm gonna let them have it. I had what Kobe said, you had a kill list.
Yeah.
I had a kill list. So that was my draft day, man. It was crazy.
That's crazy.
Trey, did you ever? You can look back on it now. Did you ever regret the fact that you came out early and didn't spend your last year at UCLA and first of all, you'd have been putting up another, bunch of numbers at UCLA. That list of top scorers in UCLA history, you'd have been way up there on that as well. And then what ended up happening, getting traded, so many times on draft day. Did you ever regret leaving school early?
There was one day that I regretted it. Like, I look back on it now a lot, and I was like, what if? But that one day I regretted it was when I'm sitting in the locker room before one of our games in Portland. I'm clearly not playing. We have a veteran team up there. They just came from the finals. So there's no way I'm breaking that lineup. You got Clyde, you got Jerome, who's been there, Kersey, who's been there for 10 years. Clifford Robinson was on the rise. He was 6th man of the year. He was bubbling to that all-star status. Mario Elliott, great veteran. You had these dudes in front of me. Terry Porter even slides down. If they want to go small, you go, so it's like they move Clyde to the 3, move Terry to the 2, and Rod Strickland at the 1. So it's like I had no way I was getting in there. So I'm sitting there feeling like I'm wasting away. We're looking at the game before we go out. We have on UCLA against the Fab Five. I was sitting there sick. I was like, I can be helping my boys beat the Fab Five, and we end up losing to them, right? But it's like that was the day that I felt like I should have stayed my ass in school. That was the day, but it worked out. The thing that came into the decision to leave, we were real organized with it too. It was like we had a pro and con list of reasons to leave, reasons to stay. The only reasons to stay really was become all-time leading scorer at UCLA, to, maybe possibly move up the ladder of the draft. We weren't going to win a national championship with that team because that 92 team we had 10 NBA guys on one team, future NBA guys. So that was, I felt, was the best opportunity to win it all.
Right.
And my Olympic opportunity was gone. So I left number 5 on the all-time scoring list when I left there. I had already did that in high school. I was all-time leading scorer in California history. So I'd already been through that. So I was like, I already been there and done that. I don't want to do it here too. I have a chance to go and help my family. You know what I'm saying? So that's what came into my decision.
So I'm going to take you back to your high school days, and this is the reason why I call you a legend, because I'm a few years behind you. And I remember when I played in high school, literally you had just broken the record like a couple years prior. And I got to go to the clipboard for this because this is absolutely insane. You averaged 44.3 points a game your senior year. A whopping 3,053 points in high school, which is the high school, state of California record. In 3 years. You did it in 3 years. You must have been jacking the shit out of the ball.
No, you know what? If you was to watch the tapes of the game,
like what?
The way the flow in which we ran our offense, like you can see, like I averaged 14 rebounds a game too. So over half of them were offensive rebound putbacks.
Board, and then you dribbled down and jacked up a 3.
I didn't get very many defensive. The offensive, I was on a team when an AAU team, my first AAU team I've ever been on. I was the best shooter and scorer on the team, but they wouldn't pass me the ball. And I whined to my dad one day, like, get your big ass on the boards. That's why I learned how to offensive rebound. So now you add offensive rebounding to the play. Now
so you pick up an extra.
You pick up, without jacking them,
20.
you're picking up an extra 10 to 15 points just on offensive rebounds because no one's blocking out or they're intimidated and they let you walk in there and get a board. Back in the day, if you had a little bit of clout, you mumble something under your breath, they won't touch you. You go in there and you get a few. Right. So that's an extra 10 points right there of intimidation.
I mean, 44 points a game?
Listen,
45 points a game? That's insane.
It's only 3 people that I know in California, that at least that I know of, that average over 40 points a game in high school. Leon Woods, Ray Gorgon, and Tracy, right? And out of those 3, when you talk about, guys who were fabulous scorers or basketball players, he was the best of those three, without a doubt. Leon Woods was. I played with Leon, on our traveling team, right? And we had ARC
brothers.
ARC,
I'm
that's
the little
right.
ARC brother to y'all.
I'm the big brother of ARC, right? So I knew of Tracy way back in the day. We played against Tracy when Tracy was at UCLA, when the Lakes would come down to UCLA and we would have our runs, right? So I knew he could flat out shoot it. But like I said, the other things that he could do on the basketball court, you run out at him, he get right by you, he'll dunk it, right? He could rebound the ball. He could bring the ball up and down the floor. So he was a very good basketball player from high school all the way to college. So we knew when we played against him in the summer league, he was going to be a pro. Now my question to you is, coming from those days of playing against all these pros, which you guys got a chance to do at UCLA, right? And seeing how the game was played in the summer, what was the biggest adjustment you had to make when you went from UCLA to the NBA? Now on the court and off.
It was probably the same as going from high school to college. The athleticism and the strength factor is just unbelievable. Like, going from high school to college was a problem because I had never lifted weights ever. I was natural 220 and never lifted weights. So I'm getting thrown all over the place. Trevor Wilson was always on the weights. So that was our senior. So I kind of touched the weights a little bit because, you start lifting and you see your shot go funny. You're like, oh, no, I'm not shooting on the weight. Right. No, I am not touching another weight. I can't shoot anymore. So now the league, Jerome Kersey, continuously throwing me on the ground because he's 245.
Yeah.
He was just swim, move, throw me on the ground. And that got embarrassing. As a man, a young man, that got embarrassing. Now I'm dealing with not only weight room strength, I'm dealing with grown man strength.
Right.
It was just different.
Absolutely.
So, I had to go in there. I had to get from 225 to 235. That was like, I got to 245, but that was too heavy.
Too much for you, yeah.
I couldn't, I missed a dunk in a game by myself. That was just too heavy for me. Too heavy. So I had to get it down to 235. Now I'm strong enough to hold my ground and I'm still agile enough to move. So the weights, the athleticism, sand dune hill, the beach runs, jumping rope, stuff that my dad told me to do when I was a kid. Before my surgery when I was 14, he would tell me to do it. I wouldn't do it. After that surgery, they told me I'll never play again. Now I got second look on life, basketball life. Now I'm doing everything he told me not to do. He told me to do.
Told you to do.
He told me to do.
Yeah.
Right? So that all helped with, I still wasn't the quickest guy in the world, but it helped me with a little bit of foot speed to where I can stay in front of somebody or maybe get by somebody if I have to. Now the off the court thing was just a whole that was wild because even just from I was sheltered, man. I was green as grass. So just going from Glendora High to UCLA, that was something.
That was an adjustment.
Ooh-wee. Seeing all that walking around and now I'm making my own decisions for the first time.
But y'all that might not understand what he means. Man, seeing all that walking around mean women, girls,
females. So seeing all of that and for the and making my own decisions I'm away from home. I'm making my own decisions.
Right.
I almost flunked out of UCLA my freshman year.
Really?
I was subject to dismissal. I had to go.
You was having too much fun.
Yeah.
Listen to Pooh Richardson talk about they'll take care of you. You don't ever listen to Pooh Richardson talking about they'll take care of you.
Don't worry
they
about
ain't taking care of you. You got to take care of yourself. So I end up doing two semesters of in the summertime.
Summer school.
Of summer school in the morning at Pasadena City College, and 2 semesters. That was the summer you didn't see me. 2 semesters in the evening at UCLA. I had to pass all of my classes in order to be eligible to go
next year.
Yeah, man. The struggle was real because I was doing too much. We had a list on the board. And it has the categories: class, practice, weight room, then you get down mess hall or the lunch area. And then you get down to the tutoring, study hall. Then you get down to the part. I had MIA down there. Mine stayed on MIA. I was missing in action all the time. We also put creeping up in there too. You could put me on creeping or MIA. I was doing too much, man. And you know, you think of that just on the UCLA level. And then my last year, Buck took me to Roxbury.
Wow.
So imagine a young kid in Roxbury. I brought all UCLA dudes. Come on, man, let's go. You know, so we went to Roxbury. You know, that was the spot, man.
How many times Bucks take you to Roxbury?
Never. But I didn't need him to.
They're Lakers. They don't need, you know what I mean?
I went up on there by myself. It was good.
Right. So, but we were young. So we were at you know, this was after the runs. Everybody was going up there. He's like, hey, young fellas, why don't y'all come up to Roxbury? So we went in. You know, we went up there and we went in and we had a good time. Like, oh, this is the spot right here. I'm gonna have to continue to come here on Tuesdays, right? So that was the first exposure to like the league stuff, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought I can handle it when I got in, but the league is just a different animal, man.
Yeah.
You know, and then, you know, you have your ups and downs off the court because of not being mature enough to handle that.
Kid J, hold up, man. We got to talk about our sponsor.
Okay. Our partners.
Our partners, man. I'm telling you,
Love
guys,
that, by the way.
Prize Pick is our partners. So I'm telling you to do this for me. Go to prizepick.com and use code BScott to receive a guaranteed $50 once you play $5 in lineups. It is that simple.
And you know, it's available in California, Los Angeles, because I was able to play and it was super simple. I literally just dropped my money in. I played my $5 in lineups and boom, $50 just popped up in there.
Just like that?
Just like that.
So you've been winning.
On a consistent basis.
I've been winning on a real consistent basis. I ain't gonna tell you how much money I've been winning on. I bet I tell you what, it's a little bit more than Kid J. I ain't gonna go into amounts, but I got you by a little bit. That's how well I'm doing. Again, guys, I'm telling you, go to prizepick.com, use code BScott to receive a guaranteed $50 once you play $5 in lineup. It is that simple. And you could be winners too, like me and Kid J.
Let's go ahead and get back into this episode.
Let's do it.
You were a three-point assassin when you did get into the NBA. And 1 year, you shot 46% from the three-point line. What are your thoughts on today's NBA game and everybody shooting the three ball?
I'll tell you one thing. Ain't nobody shooting 46% in this damn league. They ain't shooting 43. They ain't shooting 46% from the 2-point line. Right. Shit. He's shooting 46 from the 3-point line.
Yeah.
Well, it's like this. My only problem with, I think it's too many threes going up.
Yeah.
You know, and it's from non-shooters shooting 3-point shots. I can understand if it's Steph, Clay, you know, people, the usual suspects that are getting them up or getting more up. But, I mean, B. Scott, go ahead, shoot them all you want. But when you have non-shooters, 4s and 5s who are non-shooters, they're like, hey, go ahead and jack that 3 up. You know, maybe it'll go in. That's when it's a problem. You know, because we all grew up where we all had to play a role, right? Everybody wasn't doing the same thing. Now everybody's doing the same thing. You're either taking 1,000 dribbles to get to a shot or everybody's jacking a 3. And some of the 3s are bad shots. It's like off the dribble, step back, kicking your leg, 2 hands in your face 3s, you know, and it's like some go in because these kids know how to make tough shots. You know what I'm saying? Some of them are outstanding at making tough shots. Steph is one of them.
Yeah.
But the non-shooters should not even be thinking about go crash the board, set a pick, dive to the rim, get to the mid-range, get to your range.
Yeah.
You know, people, there's a such thing as get to your range. Everybody don't have 3-point range, but everybody's allowed to jack up a 3. I just don't understand that as somebody that can shoot a 3.
Right.
You know, I just don't understand. Now you're taking my spot.
Right.
You're taking shots away from my area. Like, remember back in the day, we tried to go post somebody up, and I'm pretty sure Cap said this to you. Man, get your little ass out of here.
That's right. That's my area.
Right. That's my area. Get
your
your little ass out of here. Like, we were told that from the bigs.
Yeah.
Now we got bigs out there. Man, get your ass back in and get out of our area. You know, it's just the game is just, it's cloudy right now as far as roles defined, what people should be doing, should not be doing. You know, I think these kids are skilled.
Yeah.
They skilled in athleticism, unbelievable. I mean, and I also think the kids aren't to blame for all of this because there's rule changes and stuff. So players will adjust to whatever rules you give them.
Yeah.
So if they were to say, look, That's not your shot. Set a screen, dive, or we'll look for you on the block, or we look for you on, if we come off the pick and roll, we'll hit you on the roll for a mid-range shot.
Mm-hmm.
That's your shot. You know, and I think that's the role clarity is missing.
But is there traditional roles now in today's game?
I don't know.
I don't either. If I had to say between yes and no, I'm gonna say no, because the other thing they've tried to take away is they say it's positionless basketball.
Right.
There's no points, no twos, no threes, no fours, no five. That's bullshit.
Right.
Everybody can't play five. Everybody can't play one.
I can't play a point.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
Put me at a point.
So you still have positions that you have to be able to play in this league, and those positions has to be defined. Now, I saw a video.
Oh, man.
Trey, of you showing this young kid offensive moves and you didn't miss a shot. I'm like, damn, Trey still shoot the shit out that damn ball.
Yeah.
And how old are you now?
53.
53. So let me just say, let me take 5 years off that at 48. You think you can still play in the league right now the way they playing? And I mean, LeBron playing at 40.
I think before the hip replacement, yeah. I mean, after the hip replacement, man, because all I have to do is stand in the corner and wait now, right? I don't have to do floppies and run off of picks and move. And, like, I just stand and wait for somebody to be stupid enough to leave me so I can hit them in the head with a three. Because they leave you. There's rules. Don't come off the corner three. You got people straying off the corner threes all the time. Like, let me just stand over there and
defensive
shoot.
help.
Yeah. Hey, you don't have to tell me not to come. I'll stay right here.
Yeah, I had Trey as my shooting coach when I was in LA, and he would be showing guys his way of shooting, his technique, his form, and everything. But it was hard for me to watch because he would outshoot all their ass. I'm like, this is our coach outshooting our players. I said, this shit supposed to be the other way around, something. But he would just be just have a beautiful stroke and just knocking shots down. So watching that video that you were teaching this kid, but you just knock it down every shot. I was like, shh. If players could shoot like that, but I think you said one thing that I really like the fact that you said this is that's not everybody's shot.
Right.
And you got to understand who you are. The thing that I loved about our era and the way we played, we wasn't given the green light to shoot threes like that.
Nope.
But if we miss two in a row, I'm going to the basket. Okay, I'm gonna get a free throw, a layup, or I'm like we talked about earlier. I'm a pump fake, two dribbles, pull up, mid-range game. And once I get my rhythm back, now I'm gonna go back out to that 3-point line.
Right.
These guys have no filter. They can be 2 for 10. They still shooting threes.
Keep shooting. No conscience.
But they learn that in AAU basketball at an early age now, because like even I coach high school now, and is. Even a big man nowadays, if he's open in that corner three, he's shooting it.
The crazy thing before we get to the AAU, go back to what you said. If he missed a couple of shots,
not 8, 9.
Right,
if I missed 2 threes in a row, I'm going to the cup. Let me tell you what's
so cold about me. If I missed a couple of shots, guess where I was going? The bench. I was going to the bench. But the difference is he can lock down.
Yeah.
That was one of my problems. So he gonna be on the floor. If the pressure I was playing under, if I missed 2, just start walking to the bench.
Yeah. It's funny you bring that up because you played in an era where Michael Jordan was dominating the league. Like, was that a tough matchup? Like, how tough was it to play in that era?
The crazy thing about that era, once you have a reputation, it's hard to shake, even if you get better at it, right? I got better as a defender as I go along. The more and more you play, the more you get people's tendencies, you figure out people's speeds, you figure out different things, right? You can't do that from the bench, right? It's hard to figure that out from the bench. Once I got up in there, I knew how far to space off of Scotty. I knew how far what I can possibly do. And now I say possibly because Tracy McGrady is a different animal. I know some areas to try to push him to try to attempt to stop him. I knew how much space to give Grant Hill. He had a quick first step. How much space to give to Grant Hill to make him shoot a jump shot instead of getting him all the way to the rim and dunking on my big, right? So it's like you can't figure that out from the bench. That only comes with experience on the floor, right? And it's like you need that experience, right? So I figured that stuff out after a while.
The way you played the game, okay? when you look at the NBA today, is there a player out there that reminds you of you? They kind of played the way you played back in the day? And if so, who is that player?
It's Clay, but he got better defense. You know, Clay, clearly that
Quick
was
trigger, just like,
quick trigger, coming off picks, letting it go, couple dribble escape, dribble pull-ups. You know, that's me. But he had better D. You know, clearly. If I was to say if there was a carbon copy of me out there, it's Clay.
Is there anybody in today's game that could play back when you played?
I mean, of course, LeBron, because he's just bigger and stronger, skilled. You know what I mean? His body's built to play back when we played. You know, our game was much more physical. Ask B about on the floppy play. I used to hate the floppy play because what did I have to do? I had to run through the middle. So if you run through the middle, you're getting your spinal cord rearranged, man. It's like these dudes are hitting you. Yeah. Right? So I would instantly say him because of his body type and the way he's able to take the pounding, right? KD's skill set. I mean, I don't know if he can take the physicality, but his skill set, he can score the basketball, right?
Yeah. And he has it all. He can do that elbow jumper and everything.
Right. And I say Kyrie's skill set, he's hard to stay in front of. You know what I mean? Because you look at AI and when you look at Kyrie, he's, if AI can take it, and, Kyrie can take it, I mean, but it's maybe Joker because it's his size, skill set.
Intelligence.
Yeah. But we also played a different style of game, too. They're more ISO guys, pick and roll guys. I mean, we had floppy. We throw it in. We work inside out. Could those guys play in that type of situation? Because you have to be a little bit more patient. Would Luka be able to bring that ball up if he got people pressuring him full court? People don't pressure full court no more.
Yeah.
You got to pressure full court.
I think it would be tough for Luka. Back
he
in
doesn't
our day.
stay in shape either.
No, and he's not gonna have the ball in his hands like that. 90% of the time, and he's not going 1-on-1 90%. You know what I mean? Our era was a little bit more. You off the ball, you're getting off the ball, you might get it back, but we moved a lot more and set a lot more screens and things of that nature. So I think it'd be, I think he would play, but I don't know how successful he would be.
Right.
Because he's not gonna have the ball in his hands 99% of the time.
Right. I mean, he's great at making decisions and stuff, but I mean, when you see a guy handle the ball that much, you instantly think back to our era. You think Buck.
Yeah.
Buck was pushing that thing, and he was making decisions like that.
Right. Not 30, 40 dribbles. And
no,
then try, you know what I'm saying?
No, he's downhill. If you don't stop him, boom.
Yeah.
And you're getting shots. Yeah. And he was in shape. He's going to push it. He's going to grab it and he's going to push.
Yeah. Every time.
And if you ain't running, you just miss out.
So you're going to be on the bench.
Yeah, and we were. Yeah, and that's what. When you play for Pat Riley, you better be in great shape, and you better be able to run for 48 minutes. Right. And like you said, you got to defend.
Yep.
But if you didn't run on a break, dog, or you didn't get back in transition,
right?
Go over here and have a seat.
Yeah. If you didn't have your hands ready, you'll have a Spalding on your forehead because Buck was firing that thing.
Buck gonna throw it to you when you don't think he sees you.
Right.
He would throw it to you. So you had to be ready. So Trey, I'm gonna ask you this question. We got a Kobe question that we're gonna ask, but I want to ask you this one first because you were around Kobe our last couple of years together, so you got a chance to spend a lot of time with him. But before I ask you that question, give me your top 5 NBA players of all time.
All time.
No position. No order. Just give me your top 5.
Like this goes on. Whoever's sitting in the seat, it depends on how old they are.
Yeah. You're right about that.
It depends on how old they are.
It does change.
We've had a couple of young guys in that seat.
We've
had a couple of older guys.
Right. They're doing this era. Yeah. So Kareem is definitely, he's the reason why I played, man. Cap don't know that.
UCLA
Cap, I love you, man.
Yep. UCLA.
Yeah, there's the reason why I went to UCLA. The reason why I picked up a basketball. 5 years old, I told my dad, I want to play basketball like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. So Cap, salute, man. So Cap is going to always be number 1 in my eyes. Buck.
Magic.
Bird. Bad motherfucker. hey.
That's all you say when you talk about Larry Bird. Like, that was a bad white boy.
Man, because
that's a bad white boy.
Because you know me, I'm rolling purple and gold, bro. I mean, I grew up a Laker fan. I grew up in Coops camp.
Yeah.
So I'm automatically purple and gold. I'm Dina forever. I'm Pasadena.
Yeah.
So we, Coop grew up around our family. We tight.
Right.
Like family. So Lakers. Hate the Celtics. There's no other way.
Right.
So, but respected the hell out of Larry Bird, man.
Yes,
what he did on the court was unbelievable. Okay.
So you got Kareem, MJ,
Buck,
Magic Johnson, and Larry Bird.
So that's 4. MJ, definitely MJ. No
MJ,
question about
that's
MJ.
4.
No, there's no question. That's everybody's, number one pretty much. The fifth, that fifth one is always hard.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna say Bill Russell, man. He's a winner, ultimate winner, man. Happened to be a Celtic, but he's the ultimate winner.
You got 2 Celtics, 2 Lakers, and a Bull.
Mm-hmm. And they all winners.
All winners.
Yeah,
all winners. You can't say greatest without being a winner, man.
Yeah,
it's just you have to win. That it's a team game.
Yeah,
it's not an individual game. People get that so messed up nowadays. I was having this conversation with my brother Cam. We were talking about how happy we were as kids to pass the ball because of Irv.
Mm-hmm.
Buck made people love passing the ball.
Mm-hmm.
We wanted to be like him. No-look passes, behind-the-back passes, drop it behind your head to somebody for a dunk, or he made you happy to pass.
Mm-hmm.
That's not anymore. Everybody's firing that thing up. MJ's aggressiveness is what started it.
Mm-hmm.
Steph Curry's three making has people throwing up the craziest threes I've ever seen in the world. Like, the game has changed a lot. And it's becoming more and more dribble individualized. It's like, this is a team game. You can score a lot easier if you use your 4 teammates. Yeah. And now I'm talking about AAU.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because college, they kind of simmer it down. The league, they only let certain people do it. AAU is a wild, wild west, man.
Yeah.
This crazy.
It's ruining basketball.
Yes, it is.
I mean, it's hard when you got AAU kids that are 10, 11 years old or whatever, and then they get to you guys in high school. You gotta, take them wires all out and reconnect them because they done got all messed up about playing with the ball only, not knowing how to play without the ball or off the ball.
You know another reason why? Because trainers don't teach these kids how to play without the ball anymore. So AAU and trainers, these trainers don't coach their kids. So they don't see the problem that they're causing out on the court.
Mm-hmm.
They're giving them all these bag, tween, all these moves when you don't even need all that to score, right? You don't need all that to score. I would say give that to an NBA player in today's society, and you give that to the top 2 guys on the NBA team. They need that. Gilchrist Alexander needs that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
KD needs that. Bryant needs that. You know what I mean? Kids in high school, they don't need that.
Yeah.
And it's too much of it.
Yeah, I agree with you because I think when you bring in trainers and it's all one-on-one, because that's what he's teaching the kid. Because that's
right.
So the ball is always in their hand.
It's
always in their hand. They don't know.
So they'll have no idea when the ball's not in their hand how to play.
What to do?
They stand and watch.
Yeah. As
what
we
about
saw.
cut?
Yeah.
As we saw. Look, I would have to have practice. T. Murray know this. We would have practice. And I was like, all right, we're going to play 3-on-3. Because I'm going to try to build this up to 5-on-5 so you understand how to play basketball. They would come down 3-on-3. And I was like, all right, this game is going to be 3 passes before you can even shoot or dribble. Guy at the top would hit the guy on the wing and stand there like this.
Yeah, he don't move.
Don't move.
So I had to put in rules. I said, listen, man, 3 things you can do. Go set a ball screen, cut down the middle, set a pick away.
Mm-hmm.
I said, it's that easy.
It is.
And now when you set a pick away, he come up, he throw it to you, boom, you hit you. That's your 3 passes. Now y'all play basketball.
Mm-hmm.
They would stand because they have no concept of playing basketball without the ball in their hands. And we're working these kids out at 9, 10, 11 years old. So when you get them in high school, first of all, if you don't play him or try to teach him, he'll just transfer to another high school.
It's not
so
his
when
problem.
I got him in the NBA, I'm going, fuck me, you got to be kidding. You don't know how to do a 3-man weave. You don't know how to play 3-man basketball.
Right.
So AAU is really, I think at the forefront and trainers of destroying kids at an early age because they're not teaching them how to play the game of basketball the right way.
Well, what's happening is you'll have a program like ours we develop. right? Then when ours get good enough, one of them come over and offer a little something to them, couple pair of shoes or a little something to their parents or whatever. They dip and they go to a situation where there's no practice. You just roll the ball out and play.
Yeah.
Yep.
The kids coming from our program, they don't know how to do that. Just roll the ball out and play because we teach them fundamentals.
Yeah.
They're standing there like, what part of the game is this?
Yeah, you got structure.
Right.
Yeah.
Like they can do some things, but they're not used to going to get theirs.
Right.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
Because you got to teach, screen away, back pick, step to the ball. I tell people all the time, if you want a shot, you want to be selfish, set a good pick.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And if you're a shooter, set a good back pick.
Yep, exactly.
They got to react.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's like when we play pickup games in Prodigy Prep, we got kids that we're trying to teach in our school. It's like, I was watching them play today, just moving without the ball. Our girls team move better without the ball than our boys teams do because our boys teams, they're chasing the ball. Our girls are moving without, setting screens away from each other, dribble handoffs, they turn the corner, they get downhill, they draw and kick.
Yeah.
Our girls team is really good.
Yeah.
Nice.
Cam's daughter is unbelievable.
Yeah, easy to teach girls too.
Yeah, easy. They run through the wall for you. There's no questions.
Yeah.
They just do what you ask them to do.
Yeah.
Cam's
Makes it simple.
Yeah, Cam's team, those girls
They're
are
nice.
for real.
Have to check it
And
out.
you guys know those everybody that's on that circuit, they know about the Prodigy girls. They know all about them. So sit up here and say what you want. They know about them. Half of them are ducking them.
Before he asks you your Kobe question, I want to take you back to the NBA during your era. Who was the biggest shit talker during your era?
Oh,
in
no
the
question, MJ. No question. No question, MJ. Yeah, and then after
What did he say to you?
he didn't say much to me because I wasn't the one guarding him. But the people guarding him getting the earful. Like, I never said nothing to him. And then this goes back to the Space Jam runs. I never said anything to MJ. He respected people that didn't back down.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And there were days where it was a little thin in there in the runs at Space Jam. Guys were going back to their teams or whatever, and then us LA guys were still stuck there. And then all of a sudden the MJ's in, everybody just, all right, I got him. I'll guard him. Because what? You're just going to get your ass kicked.
Right,
That's all.
right.
You're going to learn something.
Yeah.
What are they saying? Ass whoopings builds character,
yes,
right? It builds character and you learn.
It builds something.
You learn, right? You learn from losing. You learn from getting your butt kicked. You don't learn from winning all the time.
Right.
So I learned a lot from MJ in those Space Jam runs. Just how hard he goes, his dedication to the game, what he's doing. Like, I was with him all summer. This dude worked hard.
Yeah.
I see where Kobe get it from.
Yeah.
Kobe was picking his brains.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's his little brother. He passed that down to him. Like, these dudes are great for a reason. They outwork you and they got talent.
And they got talent. There you go.
That's the difference.
That's the difference. So I'm going to get back to my Kobe question. We asked all our guests who have had some type of encounters with Kobe. They've been around him. They've been teammates, coaches, whatever the case may be. Give us one of your favorite Kobe stories.
There's a lot of them. There's a lot of them. But I say my favorite Kobe story was when I was on your coaching staff, because I have numerous of them as a player with him, but on the coaching staff, just to sit down with him in an Uber on the way to the gym, that's times where you really get to talk about stuff other than basketball. I was laughing and joking with him about, bro, this is it, man. You finally done. I'm like, what are you gonna do? Are you gonna pick up the stick and start golfing with us or what? He's like, bro, I'm not golfing. What do I look like out there golfing? You know how I get down. If I'm gonna do something, I gotta be the best at it.
Yeah, that was him.
So that was the conversation. And then we started talking about, he was thinking about, he hit me like 6 months later after retirement. He was starting to work with Gigi and starting to get a team. He was getting his team together.
Yeah.
And he called me out of the blue, man, and said, T, and I know you guys got a girls team and you work with a girls team and all that. And do you think the triangle offense would work with the girls team?
He want a Friday brains that early.
And the coolest thing about that is when because he's thinking about, okay, how can I get people to spread the court, without, because the triangle offense is all reads.
Yeah.
You need high basketball IQ to know how to run you need to know fundamentals. You need to be able to dribble, pass, and shoot. You need to make reads. You need to be able to step in. It's timing. Everything is timing and reads. And the girl side, yeah, they're intelligent enough to do it. They'll pick it up. The guy's side, they want to dribble and they want to do something else. They don't want to do nothing like that. So, I mean, if he was coaching the guy's side, I would say no. But the girl's side, I think they can pick that up.
Yeah.
But just him picking, just
to
picking,
hear him say that, though.
like somebody as great as he is, right? He called me out of all people and asked us, do you think the triangle offense will work with the girls? I just found that pretty funny, man.
No, that is pretty good.
Yeah.
We're gonna get you out of here in just a second.
You
but
don't have to. We having a good time. When we get together, we have a good time, man.
Is there something you learned throughout your journey that you rarely share, but you think would be beneficial to others?
Well, we talking about the man that taught me it. We're just now talking to him, talking about him, and we talked about how hard he worked and people don't know they don't know Mamba mentality. Only he know what Mamba mentality is. Everybody's got their version of what they think it is. He knows what it is, right? I used to pride myself at being first to the gym. Right? Like how many times you see me you come in, I'm out there shooting on the shooting gun, and I'm a coach.
Right.
Waiting on, it was the hardest thing to do was to drag some of those guys off of their phones and out of the locker room and into the gym to work. This is your job. This is supposed to be fun too. It's a game you're playing and you're getting paid for it. Right? So as a player, Kobe's teammate, I come in there at 8:00. This was at the beginning of the season. Practice at 11.
Right.
Come in at 8, he's dripping wet. Nah, I can't have Kobe beat me to the gym. Come in at 7, dripping wet. Come in at 6. Now, to say again, we're practicing at 11, dripping wet. I ain't coming in any earlier than that. Cold. and let me remind you something. He's doing off-season workouts during the season. He's throwing a medicine ball to the ceiling, bro. I'm like, what part of the game is this? He's really preparing for postseason during the season. Like, he really built his body to last. He didn't take none of this for granted. And to ask him, man, what time did you get here? Bro, I got here at 2:30, 3:00. Oh, hell no, I'm not coming in here at this time.
I'm turning over.
Right, I'm just turning over. I'm just getting in from the club.
Right. I'm turning over.
Right. So when he shoots the ball and he doesn't pass you the ball in the corner because he don't trust you and you haven't put in the same work that he put in, I understand now why he didn't pass me the ball.
Yeah.
Right? They try and say he's a ball. Nah, he worked for that. Name of the game is just outwork people, man. Outwork
And if you
people.
got talent, you're going to be great at it.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, this dude, he didn't have big hands, right? It's like he just worked, man. And it's just, you can always learn something from somebody else.
Yeah.
Like his work ethic was unbelievable. And I thought I worked hard, but not like him.
Yeah. I think most guys who know him and been around him all thought the same thing. I mean, I thought I used to work my ass off, and then I saw this guy.
Yeah.
He's just a different animal.
Different animal.
Different
bro.
animal.
Different
So, Trey,
animal.
last question for me. What's next for Tracy right now? What things are you doing? What things are you looking to do in the future? Basketball-wise,
Coaching?
personal-wise, all that good stuff.
Well, I'm going to give you a list of stuff that's going on right now. Of course, I'm with UCLA on the radio. Don't know how long that's going to last. Have This is my 17th year, so it's
Nice.
you know
That's a
it's
nice
been
run.
a nice run.
It's a hell of a
Nice
run.
run, yeah.
Been a nice. It would have been 18 if I didn't come over there
That's
with
right.
you.
That's right.
You know, so but I really wanted to give that a shot.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and if I couldn't be with you, I didn't want to be a part of it because I already knew that year, as much things that happened that year, I can't go through that unless I'm with somebody that I trust.
Mhm.
Yeah.
There's a lot of backstabbing,
Oh,
a lot of throat
lying,
cutting,
a lot of
lying,
stuff.
and yeah, people positioning themselves. It's like, yo, is it that serious?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Is it that serious? You know what I mean? And you had dudes that was trustworthy.
Yeah.
When they said it was done, I was like, all right, I'm, you know, and even that situation didn't work itself out like it was supposed to.
Mhm.
I was still supposed to be there,
Mm-hmm.
and it wasn't supposed to be Luke's call, but it didn't work out. So it was what it was, you know what I mean? But I'm thankful for that opportunity that you gave me. But, you know, yeah, it would have been 18 if I didn't go over there. But that was crazy. It was a great year. I learned a lot. Right.
Nice.
So UCLA, ABC, in times that I can fit it in outside of that with Coop and Norm.
Yep.
You know, two great Lakers, great
Yep.
champions, you know, big
Legends.
brothers like yourself. Prodigy girls, Prodigy 14s, Prodigy prep, which is every day. Then we have tournaments and practices with Prodigy that I can make that I'm not going with UCLA.
Mm-hmm.
So what I was about to say, my brother added this to the plate. Claremont High School varsity girls coach. So I'm an assistant coach over at Claremont High School now with my brother because we need to have a landing spot for our girls because we don't trust people with our girls.
Yeah. Yeah.
We don't. They have teachers coaching girls basketball.
Yes, they do.
So I
Yeah,
cannot
I saw that
have,
yesterday.
Yeah.
yeah, I
Yeah, I
can't
saw that
have
yesterday.
my daughter listening to a teacher when we need a coach.
Yeah, that they never played.
They ain't
yeah.
never played.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
can't have that. Don't pick up the ball, coach.
Yeah, right.
You know?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like, nah, we got to have some, my brother can coach. Good at it. Should be in college somewhere. He's that good.
Yeah.
He might still be one of these days soon. You never know.
Never know. But he added that to the list. You know, of course, you always got different things on the side that's going on. Bank shift is something that I'm working with right now. We're trying to get that established. You know, it's the future of banking, man. And,
Yeah.
you know, brand on banking and stuff like that. Shout out to Rob. Rob is doing his thing with that, and hopefully that'll be launching soon. But just a lot of stuff, man. That you know. That's why I'm thinking of, okay, how long am I going to be at UCLA? Because bank shift may take off to where I might have to do more with that. So it's just up in the air at this point. 53 is an intriguing year, you know. Going on 54, you see all kinds of, like when B stopped coaching, it's like, all right, what's next for B? And then always you see him just blow up with other stuff. It's like things just land in your lap, and you're like, all right, I'm gonna check this out. I'm gonna go with it, you know. And then that perfect union with you and Cece, you guys like power coupling it everywhere, bro. It's like
that's my ride or die.
yeah. Shout out to Cece.
That's
What's
my
up,
ride
man?
or die.
Tracy, we appreciate you coming on the show, man. Thank you very much for stopping through. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Tracy Murray.
Thank you for having me.
California legend.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for watching Byron Scott's Fast Break. If you like what you saw, here's some more videos. And while you're at it, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.